Database, that was just what I was showing before. We'll allow different databases. So you can have database for a client. You can have a database for a job. You could have a database for an office. So there's different, and you can have as many databases as you want. I'm just going to give a quick show and tell. So this one just says database for, this was Dominique. We could create a new one, or we could edit the one that we built for him. And basically all this is exactly what I showed before. Testing results, what information do we want to apply to an image for archiving or for saving or for recall? And that's all this is. If a customer is looking at a long-term storage, rather than just when we're done with the job, we're done with the job, we give the data to the asset owner, we walk away, probably they don't need this. But if somebody's doing long-term archive or long-term storage, they probably would rather do it with a database. Again.
So Charles.
Yep.
If when you referenced earlier, clicking the turn the history on and somebody changed it, it would document certain things. The one thing, would it document who changed the file in the history?
Only if we set it up that they have to log in.
Okay.
It will just say that it was changed on a date, but unless it's a login, a non-generic system, Windows will say who logged into the system, but most of the systems we set up from our office, they're just a generic XView login.
If it's tied to a database, though, if you've got it tied to a database, would you be able to see? Because I noticed that you have operator listed in here. In that database, you've got operator list, operator level. This is specifying a specific person, right?
It could be whatever we tell it. So that's what I'm saying. So we can tell, and again, once I start messing this up, if you mess up, this is all Access database type stuff. If it's done right, yes, you can tie it to your Windows logins. Everybody would have their own login. Let's just say every reviewer would have their own login, and then the database would go and see who logged in, and they would add that as a DICOM tag. Somebody came in and changed something in your image, and they logged in through Windows through their own login. Yeah, it would say Derek logged in at this time, and this was the changes that Derek made. If it was something that was changed, if you just went in and window leveled and you didn't actually do anything to the image, like put a filter on it or redid the measurements. If you redo the measurements, that would be an event that would require a change. If you just went in and lightened and darkened it, it would not. There is a way to export the database. So people have asked, hey, can we auto-populate our reports? Yes. Somebody wants to auto-populate their report that they give to their customers. If they're using the database, they can export the information into an Excel spreadsheet and then to a Word file. But right now, it can export into an Excel spreadsheet, and they can auto-populate the different boxes based on the database template. I'll give just a quick visual of what I mean. If somebody wanted to say, I want this information to show up in our technique sheet or our reader sheet, so to speak. That's the stuff that usually goes with the film, but now it's digital. I want this information to be exported to a reader sheet that we can give in our format. Then we can tie that to this information. Each one of these testing times, component name, component ID, all these are tied to a DICOM tag like this. And we can say, okay, when they export, we want you to export number 16 into this cell in an Excel spreadsheet. People want to know if we can export. Yes, we can export it into something that they're using or their custom reader sheet. Yes, we can do that.